che scioppo, regista cappella, rebata ciampura, peppa na peppa, buon, peppa na peppa, buona. Peppa na peppa, peppa na peppa, buona, peppa na peppa, peppa na peppa, buona, peppa na peppa, peppa na peppa, buona. Pupillo di scioppo, rechissa capilla, rebata ciancura, peppa na peppa, peppa na peppa. Pupillo di scioppo, rechissa capilla, rebata ciancura, peppa na peppa.
Another social.
Yes, sir.
Oma keren nog, niet zo. Nou, want geven.
Okay, now.
Oh, let's back.
Kinabati. Don't forget, this episode is bring it to you by MOFFAT Podcast in partnership with our new brand, MOFFAT Clothing. It's a very new brand, guys. Go and check it on our social handles. On TikTok, it's MOFFAT Clothing. 7, Instagram, it's MOFFAT Clothing. 7 as well. Please go and check it. Get yourself something. We got such stuff. We got a cap. We got a nice hoodies. We got there's a lot, guys. There's handbags for ladies. There's nice cap for ladies as well. We got some mugs. There's a lot in MOFFAT Clothing. So, guys. So let's make sure that we support each other wherever possible. Today we're having our most important person in the field of engineering, Mr. MOFFAT Sibanda. He'll tell us exactly who is he, and he's actually a fitter by trade. And behind our scene, or behind the scene, behind the cameras, we got another special person that you guys wish we could have had him in front of the camera as well. But his time will come. He's just here to be part of this thing because we got the most important person in the room. Mr. Sibanda. At the back, guys, we got Thomas Muniati, you know him. He was in our episode, I think the 3rd or 2nd episode.
3rd or 2nd,
yeah. We got Mr. Sibanda here, he'll introduce himself. Tom, are you good, my guy at the back?
Yeah, no, I'm good. Let's do this.
Yeah, let's roll with this thing. We've been waiting to do this episode with MOFFAT Sibanda.
Yeah, our best fitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the most important people, like I said, in the engineering field. My guy, welcome to our podcast.
Thanks a lot, Maji. Thank you, my Mechanical Fitting. Good evening, viewers. I go by the name of MOFFAT Sibanda. I'm from Bretts in the small township called Damondsville. Yeah.
Okay. So MOFFAT was born and bred in Bretts. In the Northwest.
Yeah, in the Northwest. Yeah.
Sure. So basically, MOFFAT, like if you're gonna just maybe go a little bit deeper, who is MOFFAT?
MOFFAT SIBANDA is a very, very vibrant person.
Sure.
He's too easy to get along with, a funny person, but actually also a hardworking person.
Sure. That's very important.
Exactly,
That's very
yeah.
important. That's why we gave you the chance to be with us so that you can share your knowledge in terms of your field, in terms of your experience. That's why we saw a need to bring you into this episode today. Please don't forget this episode, it's in partnership with Mavi Clothing. Tom, anything from MOFFAT?
A little bit. Let's continue.
Sure.
I have questions for you, but yeah, we'll continue.
Yeah. So, Mofi, tell me, my guy, when exactly did you start in the mining industry? How long have you been in the mining industry? Stuff like that. Please just take us your journey in the mining industry.
Yeah, I actually started working in the mining industry around 2014.
Sure.
When I was an assistant in a scaffolding business.
Okay.
There was actually a contractor called JVS from Mpumalanga. Yeah, they needed guys to assist their technical guys to build the scaffolders, and they were based in Hernik. There's
Sure.
a mine it was called Hernik actually. Now it's Amanco. Yeah, that's actually when I started in the mining industry. Then I went on to do my needed subject when I actually seen the opportunities that were there in the mining industry. Then I went on to do my electrical engineering in the Brett Stevens College.
Okay.
I actually started electrical engineering, but lucky enough, when I applied for my apprenticeship through Vameco, we went through a psychometric test.
Sure.
That's when I was introduced into the mechanical field, because you remember when you're writing a psychometric test, there's mathematics, there's English, and there's also, if I would say, physics.
Sure.
Small physics, yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Small mathematics,
Yeah, then I later realized that I was more capable in the mechanical field. Yeah, but it was a bit of a challenge for me because I wanted to do electrical, but then when I got to the training center, actually Vameco took us in, then they sent us to James Park. There's a training center outside called ESTC.
Sure.
And that's when I was introduced into the field of mechanical engineering.
Okay. So you started like as an assistant, and currently you are a fitter.
Yeah.
Which is actually a great one. If you can start as an assistant and then you grow to being a fitter, that shows a dedication in there as well.
Yeah.
You are not like maybe how can I put it, Tom? Like you was not stereotyped to say, nah, I'm just an assistant. You
Yeah,
understand?
because you find some of the guys, they're stuck on that.
Yeah, you find someone
They
is
don't want to grow, they don't want to work, they're
yeah,
lazy.
you understand.
So if you tell them about being an artisan, they think, I don't know, but I think it's just laziness.
Yeah. Of those things. So, like I said, Moffat, we had a lot of fitters before in our podcast before. Thomas is one of them, even though he's a mechanical foreman, but by trade he's a fitter, right? So I wanted us to fitter and tenor. He's emphasizing. He's not just a fitter. He's a fitter and tenor. And you, what are you, my guy?
I'm a mechanical fitter.
Mechanical fitter. Now you guys are confusing me. How does it work? Maybe let's brush it a little bit.
As a fitter, like I think the difference that as a fitter and tenor, you're more involved in working with the lathe.
Sure.
In the workshop, but as a fitter, depending on where you work, maybe a plant fitter or underground fitter. So, but the fitter and tenors are mostly involved in the workshop.
Sure.
in machinery and stuff. Yeah.
Or mostly it's machinery.
Yes, it's all about cutting tools.
Yeah.
And work with lathe and milling, CNC. Yeah. But now the training is no longer that much needed because we have CNC, which is a robot, which are doing the job.
What is CNC?
CNC just a robot. I don't know how to explain, but you just program. It's a program. It's just you can program to do what you want to do. What if a trainer can do?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it can change its own drill bit, can change its own cutting rules. Yeah, just a robot, in fact. Yeah, it can make wheel of a car.
Sure.
From scratch to finish.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
Yeah, okay. Please don't forget this episode is brought to you by MOFFAT Podcast in partnership with MOFFAT Clothing. Make sure that you get yourself something. Buy yourself a t-shirt. We've got a nice t-shirts. Go and check our social handles, TikTok, Instagram. That's where you're gonna find our merchandise or whatever they call it. So like I was
So
it's fine.
So the CNC just stands for computer numerical control.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's computerized.
Yeah, it's computerized. So,
Okay.
so that training parts it's on CNC now.
Oh, okay.
So a few workshops and few minds now.
But now it's killing the what you call the skills.
Yeah.
What's happening with the trainer now?
It's the fourth industrial revolution.
Yeah, it's the fourth industrial revolution.
But what about the jobs that people are
No,
using?
I think if you're a trainer, then you just have to learn this, like AutoCAD and SolidWorks and the CNC, the programming. Yes, then you'll be fine.
Okay. Yeah. So guys, I was still trying to say that we've been having a lot of readers in this episode, in this podcast already. So I want us to drill a little bit more into the technical side of it, of a fitting. Like you guys already came up with the computerized thing. It's actually an interesting information because this podcast, the whole idea of it is to teach each other. And you understand, is to teach each other about the things that we don't know and the things that someone sitting at home doesn't know. You find out there's a fitter right at home. Doesn't even know about the stuff that we've been talking about, CNC and stuff. So this podcast is here to make sure that we share the knowledge, we encourage each other. So we are not here to bash each other, guys. We are just here to motivate and teach each other wherever possible. If you got something to teach us, please come forward as well so that we share the knowledge, we share the skill as well. And then I just want to understand MOFFAT in terms of, because I know you are working in a plant. The plant is receiving the ore from the vertical side, right? From the shaft, if not maybe from shadings. Yeah. But I want us to look into the shaft side. What is it that the whole process of ore to go into the plant, like in terms of the engineering side of it, how does the process work? What are the equipment actually involved from the section of a shaft right into the end of the product where it goes out?
Yeah, man, I think lucky enough, man, after I qualified, man. So when actually for medical releases, then I went on to Eland.
Sure.
And started working underground. The underground is a very, 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 very nice environment because you get to know a whole lot of new things about mining, the language itself. I think the difficult part of it was learning the language of Fanagalo. Now, in the underground, well, you've got panels where they drill and blast. And then after drilling and blasting, you get the winch drivers that actually take the material from the panels into the raising. The raising actually, into the stopping actually. What is it is that all the material that have been blasted on the panels. They put on the stopings. Until then, you know that underground you've got TMM.
Sure.
You transport the material, all the ore into the belt. Then you've got the rock breakers. From the rock breakers into the conveyor belt into the stockpile.
Okay.
Stockpile actually it's on the surface where the material will also be loaded into the crushers, depending on the sizes. Remember, the crusher is an equipment that reduces the materials into small particles. Then from the crushers, you've got again into the belt, from the belt again into the vibrating screens, then from the vibrating screens into the silos, from the silos into the milling area. That's when the whole process of the plant starts.
Yeah.
The milling area. Yeah.
Okay, before we continue in terms of from the milling side to the other side of it, because you say it's where the whole process starts.
Yeah.
So what is a mill? I actually like the part that you drove us to that question.
Yeah, I think the mill actually is a cylindrical rotating equipment that consists of liners and steel balls.
Yeah.
Also reducing the small particles into fine particles.
Okay.
So that it can be maneuvered from a pump into other equipment in the plant.
Okay.
So yeah, that's about it.
Or just like a grinder.
A grinder, you can say.
So it's basically it's just like a grind.
Yeah.
Grinder.
Grinding slow. You know that's grinding slow.
Yeah.
Grinding still.
Remember, platinum we want. It's fine.
Sure.
Yeah, so, but when you get it from underground, it's a rock. So we have to grind it. It's very cheap.
Till it's fine.
Yeah.
So
that it can float.
Okay. So the mill itself, how is it? How is the structure of a mill? Like for someone who's clueless about the mill, like the shape of a mill, how does it? Oh, just roughly.
Let's say it's round. Yeah, so I guess it's a cylindrical.
Oh,
shape.
Okay. I missed that part.
Yeah.
Okay. So the components of a mill itself, the things that makes a mill to move, because since when you say it's a grinder, it's something that's grinding. That means it's rotating.
It's rotating, yeah. Hence, said it's a cylindrical rotating equipment. So what you have, you've got obviously there need to be power.
Sure.
Then that's when you have a motor connected to a gearbox.
Mm-hmm.
Then you've got also a pinion. You've got a gate gear.
Sure.
Then you've got your bearings
Mm-hmm.
in order for you to get the movement on the mill. You've got your bearings and you've got other equipment that deals with the root system.
Mm-hmm.
Which is your high pressure pumps, the low pressure pumps. That if in a nutshell, so those pumps, and you also got how would I put this?
We have hydraulic. We have like
Exactly, hydraulic, yeah.
to lift the mill and the low pressure pump
Okay.
to keep the mill. I think am I wrong, MOFFAT?
No, you're right, because your high pressure pumps actually when they start to burn the mill, what they do is they lift up your general bearings.
So can I ask?
Yeah.
What is the startup of a mill? Like before mill can start, what's the finish?
Okay, that's actually a good question.
Yeah, before starting the mill, you need to burn the mill.
Sure.
First, burning is actually what you do. There's a certain time that the mill needs to rotate before it gets running. What you do, you start up your whole lubrication system, which is your high pressures and your low pressures, for you to align your general bearings. Remember the mill, when you connect an equipment, the bearings, they lie on the bearing, but you first need to lift them up so that they can be aligned, and you do that via your high pressure pumps. Then after that certain time of barring is done, that's when the mill can start running.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is barring? I don't know if I missed that part.
Barring, just like we loosen up the balls inside the mill, so that when it's time to turn the mill,
When it engaged.
like remember when we bar the mill, it's turning very much slow. So it's loosen up the material inside the mill. Yeah. So that when the mill starts turning faster, the balls and the material is loose. So that they won't go to the mill as solid. Yeah.
Okay.
So remember when the mill stops, then all those solids they start together. So to barrel the mill, you have to loosen up all that material.
Oh, it's like you're shaking it.
Yeah, just like
it
shaking
becomes
it. Yes. The mill.
Oh, okay.
Just like that.
I think that it's a little bit simple in other ways.
Yeah.
So this meal thing, to me, it sounds like it's one of the most dangerous thing. As we once said previously, that the conveyor is the most one of the most killers in the industry. So according to how you guys say it looks like it's actually one of the most dangerous part in a plant. What is the safety things that you need to consider when you are working with a mill?
There's actually safety guards and then some sirens, more especially when you're done barring. When the mill will start to rotate,
Sure.
there will be an audible alarm that alert you guys that the mill is about to start. So yeah, those are some safety devices that you can make yourself aware from the mill. And there's also interlocks. Remember, a mill doesn't just start. Yeah, there's also interlocks that so all the safety devices that you can think of.
So you as a mechanical fitter, when you work in a mill, what's your duties, like maybe your daily things that you need to look into when you are working around the mill? Or like the inspection kind of. Yeah.
As big as it is, but it's a very sensitive equipment because you need to take care of your lubrication system. Yeah, and to monitor your temperatures, and then to make sure that there's no restrictions. Because, like I said, sensitivity on the mill can make your life very difficult. So yeah, when you do for inspection, you check your oil levels, then you check the leaks on the mill, on the mechanical side of it. Then you also have oil makers that deal with throttle screens and also.
Sure.
Yeah, just to make sure that every ball nuts that there's no loose around him. So like I said, it's a very sensitive equipment that one can make your life, if technically so you're not aware of them, that one is very like you do inspection on the car. I don't think you will drive from your place to work without even checking oil or water whatsoever.
Sure.
For you to get to where you are going, you first need to start with some inspection. Yeah, so I think with the mill, it's just similar to that. You need to check your oil levels, check your filters for blockage. Yeah, it's most of it.
So Tom, in terms of maybe the alignment, because you spoke about the pinion gears and what else did you say? The bearings that are in a mill.
Yeah, your trimming bearings.
Yeah. How do you like the alignment? How do you align to make sure that, since this thing is very, very crucial and very sensitive to work in it, how do you ensure that my alignment it's 100%? Because I believe there's supposed to be alignment that it's done around such sensitive things.
Yeah, remember in engineering we depend more on, like you said, alignment. You first need to align your motor and your gearbox.
Sure.
And they do that via laser alignment. And then you align your pinion and your gear.
Okay.
That's when you check the clearance and the contact. Remember, they don't just, it's like checking for a backlash.
Okay.
On a crash.
Right.
Doing the backlash is always on gearboxes,
Yeah.
on the pumps,
Yeah.
on the there's a lot of
On the winders as well.
Yeah.
On the what do you call it?
you know on the windows.
There's also backlash. Yeah.
And there's a reason for that.
And there isn't.
Well, for someone who doesn't know a backlash.
Actually, like there's clearance. Remember when equipment, most especially on the mechanical part of it, when they start engaging, we would want to avoid grinding on our, again going back to the mill, on our pinion and the gear. We would want to avoid that grinding. So there's a bit of a gap.
Sure.
That they said that that's more like an
It's in millimeters.
it's in millimeters, but that gap, like itself, can, if it's not correctly set, like you said, we deal with perfection engineering. We want to machine to perform correctly, like operational, so that it can produce. Remember, when you're in a main industry, it's a business.
Sure.
They would want to stop now and then, but so in order for us to achieve that, we need to do proper alignment to make sure that we don't damage equipment. So in order for us to do that, we need to align our equipment so that they can last longer.
Sure. Please don't forget, this episode is brought to you by Mavi Podcast in partnership with Mavi Clothing. That is our new brand. Please go and check it on our social platform, TikTok and Instagram. And you can also maybe place an order through our WhatsApp 060 9866 044. 060 9866 044. You can send us a WhatsApp and then we'll sort you out. Because the product is very nice, the brand is very new, and we're giving you exclusive items with a great quality that we can.
So,
Coming,
I was about to answer before you can go advertise. The backlash.
sure.
The backlash is just the clearance between the two.
Okay.
Yes. So that they won't grind.
Yeah, that's exactly what
The
Mr. Sibanda was saying.
Just a clearance.
So I wanted to understand, since we are checking all the backlashes and stuff, what kind of tools that you can say, I'm relying on this tool to give me the correct information. What tools are you actually using in terms of aligning the mill?
Normally they would use a feeler gauge.
Okay.
A feeler gauge, and after that there's a vernier or there's a micrometer.
Okay.
But in terms of measurement, I think that the micrometer is more accurate than the vernier. But in accuracy, you're actually looking for the gap.
Sure.
Like whether you found the closest gap that you wanted to set on that backlash, you would use a feeler gauge to feel the gap, like they do on the clearance of a bearing. But going back into the mill again, in order for you to remember a mill, it's very, 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 very heavy equipment.
Sure.
And in order for you to achieve or to hold, remember a bearing itself must hold weight. And in order for it to hold weight, there should be a clearance.
Okay.
So via a clearance, they can measure the clearance via feeler gauge. So mostly on measuring instrument, we use feeler gauge.
So what is the allowable tolerance in terms of the clearance in between?
Yeah, it depends on the manufacturer. Remember, we've got bearings. So different type of bearings that comes with a certain allowance that you need to set in your bearings. On like you've got maybe on a conveyor when you are installing bearings on the pulley, and then you've got your spherical roller bearings.
Sure.
On it depends on the equipment.
Sure.
Or on the bearing that you bought for that particular equipment.
So in a normal, or I don't want to say in normal circumstances, but on the challenges that you encountered or you have encountered while we were working on a mill, what are the challenges regarding the mill set? Like that you can say maybe it's a bit disturbing, like
troubleshooting. When you're dealing with the mill, like I've said, it's a very sensitive equipment.
Sure.
When you're not getting flow or whatsoever, there's no circulation of oil in the mill. And for you, in order to do that, you need to properly do your troubleshooting, fault finding, in a way to check for blockages, to check whether there's no leaks. But it's frustrating because you need to go from end to end.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I love this time that we're running a business, so we'll be inspired like the downtime, when the downtime.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think the disturbing part about it is dealing with equipment that doesn't respond verbally. So
Sure.
yeah, so that's the most frustrating part about it. So you need to go from end to end. I think what makes a great artisan is that you need to properly do the fault finding, like from one point to another, to take your time.
Sure.
Because eventually, if you are frustrated, I don't think that
Will make it.
I don't think that you're really gonna make it. Yeah. But I think that also is the most fascinating part about it, because the more you struggle with these things, the more you're gonna learn.
And the more you
Yeah,
understand,
and then you'll find yourself in a position whereby you'll learn to execute.
Yeah.
I think the best thing about having difficulties on this type of equipment is that you'll find the relevant solution and execution to your troubleshooting.
Okay, so maybe just working a bit away from the technical side of everything. The treatment in the mining industry, that since when you've been in the mining industry, like it's been a while.
Yeah.
According to the knowledge and explanation that you are giving to me, it sounds like you've been in the mining industry for quite some time. What are the treatment treatment that you've encountered in the mining industry? How did the mining industry handled you from your young age to till now?
Remember when?
Because we are dealing with people, we are dealing with different people. There's different cultures, there's different behaviors.
Yeah, I remember when like I told you, I started in the mining industry. I actually started in a training center.
Sure.
And by that time, I only knew how to build scaffolding. Scaffolds. And then I went to a training center in Fontaine in Mechanical.
Yeah.
So when I went back into the mining industry, in the mine itself, in Medical, it was a bit tough for me to accept the fact that this is a mine. Because I think the most difficult thing about it is the racial treatment.
Sure.
Engineering itself, I qualified under, I was, I think, in the workshop we were working, like there's only fixes like I said, the most difficult things that I've experienced, there was a racial problem.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now I get you, Mr. MOFFAT Sibanda. He's a fitter by trade, guys, or by profession. He's one of the most important people in the engineering field. You cannot live without a fitter in a plant in engineering.
Yeah.
Please don't forget, this episode is brought to you by MAV Podcast in partnership with MAV Clothing. Maybe coming back, my guy, in terms of technicality, because I want us to drill deep into fitting in terms of technicality. Obviously, we won't finish. It took you about 3 years to be a fitter.
Yeah.
So for us, I won't even finish. You understand? So we'll try and run wherever we can, but I want us to drill a little bit deeper in terms of a technicality part side of it. You mentioned something like the pumps.
Mm.
The mill itself, it got a pump, right or wrong?
Yeah, you depending, like it does have pumps.
Okay.
You got your mill discharge pumps. Remember, whatever that material that you are grinding need to be transferred.
Sure.
The other part of the plant, you got your mill discharge pumps.
Yeah.
Which mostly they use centrifugal pumps.
Okay.
Yeah, you got your woman pumps, slide pumps, actually.
Okay.
Your woman pumps, your calf pumps.
Okay.
Depending, they've all also come in sizes. So yeah, you do have pumps on the mill.
So the pumps that they're using on a mill, the one that you're talking about, is it the high pressure pumps or?
Yeah, because you would want to avoid slamming of the pump, I think you should use a high pressure pump because that one allows you to use a clean saves pump. Remember, you'd want to avoid, there's this other term that always annoys a fitter when they're telling you that the pump is slimy.
What is that?
Yeah, like the pump is slow, it's throwing the whole lot of material on your wet end. So you need to get rid of that and actually to slimy actually what it does. It's when the material starts to become very aggressive, like grabbing against your component on the
Of a pump.
on your wet end, you've got your sleeves, and you wouldn't want your sleeve to be worn out or your drain peggings to bottom.
Okay.
Like time and again. So you would use a clean saves pump in order for you to get rid of it. Yeah, so I would say that a high pressure pump or a low pressure pump, whereby you can use a pump that uses an expeller. So there are different type of pumps that you've got in.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hear you, Moffat, ne? But I want to understand something. You talking about slimy.
Yeah.
Ne? What causes the pump to slime? In most cases.
In most cases, when your drain pickings begins to bottom or your sleeve starting to wear off, that's when you will have a slimy pump.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the drain seal that you've been talking about, what's the effect in terms of the how does it play a role in a slime?
Remember when your drain pickings start to become hard, like the bottom, you need to keep moisture on it. In order for you to keep moisture on it, you need water.
You need water.
And in order for you to avoid your sleeve to being worn out, because remember when it starts getting hot, it will crack.
Sure.
Obviously, when it starts cracking, then it will affect your shaft. For you, in order to cool it, you need also a clean saves pump.
So when you're cooling it, because in a plant there's a lot of water that is being used. The kind of water that you are using on the cooling of a I just want to get this one little bit here to understand, because I believe what kind of water that we need to cool the picking. Because there's a lot of water, like I don't know if I'm trying to make sense.
When they say pump is slimy, usually we have a shaft.
Sure.
And we have a stuffing box. We have inside the stuffing box, that's where we put our packets. So, and inside that the stuffing box, we have lantern ring. And then and inside the pump, we have the impeller pump, the material we want. Yeah. So usually what's happening when the pump is slimy is that the drain seal is to keep the material inside the pump. Inside the pump, meaning inside the wet ends, the impeller, the liners, and the casings. So when you tighten the drain seal, you don't have to tighten too much. You don't have to be loose too much.
Okay.
They just have to be on the right side, right top. So if you tension it too much, your sleeves is gonna get hot.
Sure.
Yeah. And your package will burn. Yeah. Then if you don't tighten it, then your pump is slack. So the cleansing comes when you put it when your cleansing pump must be higher than the pressure that is producing by the pump. Understand? So that when the pressure from the cleansing pump is higher than the pump that is pumping the material, it can keep everything inside the pump. The only water that is going to come from the cleansing is a clean water from cleansing pump. So all the water that is coming from the cleansing will be coming inside the lantern ring, pushing that material that has to go out, that is producing by the actual pump, the slag pump, inside the pump, so that it don't slide.
So in a nutshell, the water that it's actually needed there should be
That's clean water.
That's not must be clean water. Remember, we're using multi-stage pumps for cleansing. So they are very much sensitive.
So was there a disadvantage of maybe when, because the service water, I don't know, service water is what they use.
It's the same thing.
Is a what?
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing. So the disadvantage of maybe using like the dirty water in your packing.
Remember, it starts from where you are suctioning water.
Yeah.
You first need to protect your pump. Most especially like he made, Thomas mentioned your multi-stage pump. It has diffusers. That pump doesn't, when it starts getting contaminated water into the system, it will normally like stop operating properly. So for you to get clean water to the pump, also you're trying to protect that equipment, because when you're pumping dirty water, you wouldn't know the difference between a sliming pump and a non-sliming pump because of, right? Even on the mill, you don't need your oil to get dirty.
Yeah.
There's always need to be clean oil, clean water on your pumps.
Yeah.
Yeah, even on the pumps that run with the oil, you would want to like fill your oil with dirty particles.
Sure.
Yeah, so I think cleanness it's something else when you're cleaning it.
So by the look of things, a pump is a living thing. It also needs a clean things.
Yeah, a pump can usually respond if it's not being taken care of.
Sure.
Yeah, but on the technical side of it, like they say that what makes a good filter is a good beer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The sound will tell you.
The sound will tell you.
Yeah. So we must know how to differentiate.
You hear about the sound when something start making funny sounds. You go attend to it.
Yeah. All right, then there's this other thing that I normally hear. Pump is cavitating. I'm glad you touched the one for a sliming pump. If they're saying a pump is cavitating, because guys, I believe this podcast is for information sharing and motivating one another. If they're saying a pump is cavitating, what are we actually referring to?
Yeah, when a pump start to suction air,
Okay.
then remember when you use a pump to suction fluid.
Yeah.
Fluid in from a tank.
Yeah.
But if a pump starts sucking air, that's when it starts to cavitate, and cavitation can cause a whole lot of things. Or when your pump for vibration, you wouldn't want your pump to vibrate. And then again, what it does, it needs your alignment on the pump. So when the pump starts sucking air, then when it starts cavitating, building up bowels on your vortex. So yeah, you always need to pump liquid. or a fluid on your pump. So when the pump starts cavitating, as it starts sucking air.
So how do we prevent the pump from cavitating?
Via priming. There's pumps that, most especially KSBs, you've got a priming. It's a centrifugal pump itself. It is a pump that you need to prime. Yeah, when you're priming, you're putting water into your pump before starting to get rid of the air.
Sure.
On the pump. And there's also some self-priming pumps.
Okay.
Yeah, so you need to first prime the pump before you start it so that you can stop it from cavitating.
And to avoid it, the sump must always be full or half full. There shouldn't be like maybe from the suction. The water level must not be lower than the suction. The sump must be always 50% full, because now if it's 20% full, you find that the pump is cavitating because keep on sucking air because the level is true.
Okay. Yeah. No, I get you, my guy.
So to prevent pump from failing, premature failure, the sun must always be full.
There must always be a reach or whatever they did.
Yeah, the pump must always drop. Not drop to cavitate or overheat or if it's cavitating, even the head, one partners will be complaining about the head. You are not getting enough flow from the pump. Yeah, so must always be half full or full. I prefer full.
Okay. You like it full?
Yeah.
So I get you, my guy. Please don't forget that this episode is brought to you by Mavi Podcast in partnership with Mavi something. It's our new brand. It's a local brand, whereby we're giving you the best quality, exclusive items. Mr. Sibanda, in terms of the pump, I heard Thomas was touching a few of the components of a pump. What does a pump actually made of? The components of
the pump.
Yeah.
Remember, in order for you to go to a manufacturer and say that I need a pump, you first need to identify the type of material that you are going to pump. A pump consists of many things. You would find a pump that uses a propeller. You will find a pump that uses an impeller. And on your wet end, you've got the sleeve, and you've got your lantern rings, and you also have your restrictor rings, and you've got your the glen floors, and you've got your bearing assembly. Yeah.
So what's the difference between the propeller and the propeller, sorry,
and an impeller?
And an impeller.
If I would give you an example, on a boat uses a propeller. When they start,
maybe I must say, what is a propeller?
Yeah. I think Thomas will chat a lot.
Yeah, Mr. Foreman, please. Yeah. What is a propeller?
Yeah, I think this one is a very
propeller. Or maybe the difference.
They're different. Yeah, different. We have impeller, we have propeller. Mostly propeller, you can find them in the aeroplanes. You have the aeroplanes that use the propellers, and the boat is also using the propellers. What I know about propellers, they don't need any, like you can see the pump, they don't impeller, you need a cover to call it casings. Yeah. So on the propeller itself, it just all operates openly on its own. Yeah. Sometimes on the boat it's just like a screwing the air underneath the water, just screwing inside the water, or if on the aeroplanes just screwing inside on the air.
So
Pulling the air like just yeah.
so it's basically like a turbine kind of.
No, it's not a turbine. We have turbine propeller. The two different things.
Let's fact check this propeller thing. Here they say it's a mechanical device for propelling a boat or aircraft. Consists of a revolving shaft with two or more broad angle blades attached to it.
Exactly.
So you actually explain it the way you are saying it. So what's the difference between the propeller and the impeller? Like how do they function? Or maybe I'm still repeating the same thing.
Yeah, but on propeller, it's just like that's what I said, just like a screw, that convert a rotational into movement, into motion.
Okay.
Understand? Or thrust.
Oh.
Yeah, just like on the boats, the aircraft. The impeller is you only like we said, you can find it inside the pump.
In the pump, yeah.
Yes, yeah. It compresses the fluid inside the pumps
Okay.
to the line, to the pump, the way you want to pump it. Yeah.
No, thank you, Mr. Foreman, for fact checking that for us. Yeah. And then Mr. MOFFAT Sibanda. And the lifespan of a pump in a normal circumstances, if we say now that here's a new pump, how long does a pump supposed to last under normal circumstances?
I personally believe that it depends on how often you do the inspection on the pump or how you maintain it. Because you would find you buy a pump today and the next day it start giving you problems. I think the best way to maintain a pump and to make sure that it operates for a longer time, it depends on the maintenance and inspection. Because you wouldn't normally give a lifespan of an equipment years to perform when you're not doing maintenance on it.
Sure.
I think the best way to say how should it run depends on how often you do maintenance on it or how you do your inspection of that. That's why it's very important.
Yeah, and I think even the application.
The application itself.
I mean, the water pump and the sludge pump, they all last the same. And then remember we still have the high grade, like on the crew plant, we have the high grade crew. So you don't last as much because remember it's like a tipudimati. Yeah. So the impeller won't last. So that's just like MOFFAT said. We have to do the maintenance, and then even remember that's why we have a planner, a maintenance plan. Yeah, she or he knows how's those pump run, like the period. You can check if you can run it to failure. From when we overrule it, fix our overrule it, then to failure. Then we can check how long it takes. Then we can just take a 10% on that days or months that ran. More. Okay, from this days to this days, this pump can run a month or 2 weeks. Then you schedule the maintenance on it.
What we call it out in the mining industry.
Okay. Where you doing your maintenance and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But so the things that you need to check, maybe in a daily basis or in a weekly basis in a pump, what are we focusing on? Your inspection.
Yeah, on equipment that uses oil, you go and check your oil levels. Or on equipment that uses grease, you go and check whether it's still efficient enough to run until the maintenance day. But gradually, so I think you check your grease, you check your oil levels, and you check corrosion
Sure.
on things that are metals, and you check your cracks on your V-belts. Remember, when you're running pumps, you don't only run. You've got your standby pump and your on-duty pump, the one that is running. But on the standing one, you actually go check cracks on your V-belt, and then on your pulleys whether they're not yet bottom and so forth. But yeah, those are the type of things that you need to look at.
So maybe Thomas, maybe you this one I think it will be a little bit more relevant to you. In terms of maybe when you want to buy a pump as a foreman, what actually are the key things that you need to look into when you in terms of selecting a pump?
First of all, you want to check what is going to pump. What are you going to pump? What you need that pump for?
Yeah.
And then and the size that you need. The head, where it's going to pump. Yeah. So that's most of the things that you need. Like we have what you call the pump curve. The pump curve will tell you everything on the pump. Like you just get the distance that's going to pump, and the material going to pump, and what you receive, how much are you receiving from whatever place they are feeding you with. So then on that pump graph, it will tell you the pump size, the pipes, and the motor size that you have to use. The pump, yeah.
So on a long distance, if maybe you're going to transport maybe from here to certain distance, what kind of a pump we need? Because I believe you got a low pressure pump and a high pressure pump.
Right, we have
in terms of a distance, what kind of a pump can you look into?
This high pressure pumps, so flat pumps, high pressure pumps. Yeah. So most of high pressure pumps we use them on tails, like MOFFAT moves. We have a section called PTS now. So there's this high pressure pump. So there, you have to know your story. As a leader, you don't need someone who doesn't understand the pumps.
Yeah, like you said,
that's why you offer the rest they are there. They're all over the plant. So if there's any problem on the stories,
Okay. Please don't forget that this episode is brought to you by MOFFAT Podcast in partnership with MOFFAT Clothing. Go and check our stuff in our social platforms. At TikTok, our handle it's MOFFAT.clothing7. On Instagram, it's MOFFAT.clothing7. Please go and check it and follow us and make sure that you order yourself our new brand, our local brand, where we're giving it to you with the best quality. Coming back to Mr. Sibanda. We were talking about the meal, and then you said it's where things start to go into the plant. From a meal, what's happening? Where does the ore goes to in terms of the engineering side of
it? I think it goes hand in hand with the type of material. You've got like where I'm working currently in a PGM plant. Then from the mill, you actually have a primary mill, secondary mill, tertiary mill, and so forth. But from the process side of it,
it's quite broad.
Yeah, it's quite broad because you also have flotation area. Then from the flotation area, you've got your thickness, it's a broad, like you said. The process side of it, I think
that will require someone.
Yeah, there's always expertise. Yeah. So, but then it's very broad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very broad.
So if you are sitting at home and you are a process guy,
Yeah.
you're the best person to answer that question for us. Please come forward so that you give the right information.
Yeah.
We share the knowledge with the right people with the best knowledge that you have. What do you say, Joe?
I wanted to the basic of flotation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, but it was remember there's other mines that doesn't have a flotation plant.
Exactly.
Like we are into a PTM plant, and there's guys that produces vanadium.
Oh, it also differs.
It doesn't.
Crew.
Yeah, crew. Let's say
Gold,
flotation plant is not everywhere.
So flotation, they mostly it's on PTM plant. Yeah, which is considered it's crushing, like just like MOFFAT said, and then it's pulping is milling.
Yeah.
We turn the raw material into slurry. Then we have the reagent where we're going to put the chemicals and everything. And after that is the agitators and we're going.
Please don't forget this episode is brought to you by MOFFAT Podcast in partnership with MOFFAT Clothing. So, Mr. Sibanda, I see there's a lot that we must still cover, and in terms of based on the time, seems like we need a part 2 of this whole thing, because indeed there's a lot that we still need to learn. There's a lot that we still need to share to the people that are watching, to the world, to the nation, to the South African child that he would like to pursue, maybe being in the field of engineering in terms of fitting. So there's a lot that we must still share. So, but maybe before we continue, before we close or we wrap this episode for now, I just want to understand, maybe moving a little bit away from the technical side of it. You joined the mining industry at a young age. You became an artisan, and then obviously artisanship comes with the benefits and whatever the goodies of it. How did the mining industry change you in terms of personality and the lifestyle?
Yeah, I think I always say that mining industry itself is a life coach.
Sure.
Yeah, I personally think that there's a whole lot of things that I personally thought that I knew that I went through, but usually when you start going into mining industry, it's a whole different world. Yeah, and you get to learn the characters of people.
Sure.
Remember dealing with different kind of cultures. That's why they actually came up with the idea mining language. People say that it's Fanagalo. So the impact, the positive impact, is by learning the different type of cultures that we have in mining, and the job side of it. I think as artisans, it's a career. Yeah, it's not just you going to college, competing your native subject. It's a career. And we were motivated by the likes of this other Madara that I was working with, Tattoo. That's it.
Sure.
I would say to me that what is in me, yeah, we went there for the mine.
Yeah, that's our friend, guys.
So, yeah, but in a nutshell, mining industry itself is a life coach.
Sure.
Yeah, so I don't regret joining the mining industry. I've quite learned a lot in terms of regulated and the list goes on.
So if it was not mining, what else would you have chose in your life or as a career?
I was actually a football player. But some other things got in the way. And then I had to start from scratch.
Sure.
I had to intervene in my inner abilities, and that's when I found myself in the mining industry. But the whole thing is, when you get there, you start reminding you of the type of person that you are.
Sure.
Taking out the inner abilities of yourself, and to remind you why you first started in the mining industry.
Okay. Yeah. No, I get you, Mr. Sibanda. Please don't forget this episode is brought to you by Mavi Podcast in partnership with Mavi Oil. My guy, I want us to try not to really to wrap this topic between a lead and a pump. The pump, because it took you, I said it earlier, that it took you 3 years to learn the whole thing. So we will never finish it. Yeah. So it will take us a while. So I want us to tell us in terms of the common challenges that you encounter on a pump. The challenges that you encounter in a pump. How do you fix maybe, say for instance, all of a sudden the bearing assembly collapse.
So normally the challenges that we have when the pump doesn't have flow, you get a process cutting level. The pump is not being made efficient at all. Sure. There's quite some factors that kind of affect the efficiency of a pump or a blockage restriction in a pump. And then we spoke of maintenance and inspection. When your components that the bearing start to collapse, meaning that you haven't done proper maintenance on the pump. Those are the type of challenges that one would encounter as an artisan, as a mechanical fitter, usually. When your bearings start to collapse, that maybe the grease pump, or when the pump that uses oil, when the oil level is a bit low, and it's frustrating to go through such things on a daily basis. But like we said before, maintenance is very important. It's very, very, very important.
I hear you, Mr. MOFFAT Sibanda.
Yeah.
Guys, I believe we need to leave it here for now, because if it took MOFFAT 3 years to be a professional fitter, how will it take us 2 hours or 1 hour to get the whole thing? So we will definitely continue with part 2 of the whole thing, whereby we're going to talk about, there's a lot of things that we need to talk in terms of the compressors, the stiffeners, and there's blowers. So there's a lot of stuff that we can still talk about in terms of fitting. So
I think it also maybe can even go deeper on like the normal platinum is the precious metal.
Sure.
I think it's better to tell people how the plant separate the platinum from the rest of emission from the
Sure.
Yeah. So maybe we can go, like we talked about flotation, but I think maybe we can go from crushers, grinding mills, flotation cells, and after pumps and agitators, and reagents, thickeners and filters, tailing disposal. That's the end of it. Just
Yeah. So, like I'm saying, there's a lot that is building today. So we'll leave it here for now, and then we'll come with part 2, where we're gonna have same platform, Mr. Sibanda. Maybe we will invite someone as well who's more as well into fitting. He'll be there. I'll be here. If I'm not here, obviously there'll be someone here. But this thing we need to do it so that we share the knowledge. Tomorrow I'm not here. Tomorrow you're not here. Thomas is not here. We're supposed to know the information that we have. It's the only platform whereby we need to pass the message, we need to pass the knowledge, the skill through this kind of a platform. Mr. Sibanda, just to
2 or 3 questions before we wrap up. In terms of the relationship-wise, is MOFFAT SIBANDA in a relationship? Or if maybe are you married? If not, if you are married, who are you married to? And the relationship kind of, how is it for you?
Yeah, I am in a relationship.
Sure.
And also we have a son with a lovely,
Good one.
Taufi, almost fine.
Sure.
Yeah, so yeah. Sooner or later I'll be getting married.
I got an invitation by so saying.
Yeah, they're very peaceful. They're very peaceful. Yeah,
So guys, you ladies out there, MOFFAT is no longer on the market. How hello Mutswana already made the signature of Mr. Sibanda. So please stay away from MOFFAT. Even if you can try, whatever you can try, say no. What about how free they back home? Because honestly speaking, guys, cheating it's nice. What's your take, Tom?
Okay. I want you to get about engineering. All right.
No, it's just a general question.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
want
yeah.
to make this whole thing.
Yeah, I think on shooting wise, remember, if like MOFFAT like this, so the also one day they get married.
Sure.
Remember that you are presenting your wife. And
Yeah.
Your wife is representing you. And then if you are doing something, they won't say we get MOFFAT. They say we get Haufi's husband.
Yeah.
Even Haufi doing something, they say we get MOFFAT's wife. Yeah. So remember, if you are married, you are no longer represent yourself. There's someone you have to represent also.
Yeah, no. Mr. Sibanda, your favorite genre of music?
hip house. I listen to
Your
hip
favorite
house.
song?
Is artist Cambodia. He's a vocalist.
No, that's an underground actually. It's not that deep. It's underground now.
Remember the type of music that you listen to can sometimes define the type of person that you are. I'm not putting it in that when you're listening to
No. That's no good. No.
yeah.
Okay. Anyway, guys, thank you very much, MOFFAT SIBANDA, for coming into our podcast. I don't know, do I forget anything, Tom, from your side? On this one, MOFFAT SIBANDA as well, I've been trying to get this thing for us to get rolling. I want to give you at least in terms of something that you are currently doing with your girlfriend or your wife to be in a minute or 2 minutes.
Yeah.
What are you currently doing?
We basically running a catering business called this business where she does platters.
Sure.
And seafood. Well, isn't it? Yeah. So if you want to get in contact with business, you can just give me a WhatsApp and 073-914-1201. You can just WhatsApp me, place your order, and I will deliver. Yeah.
Where is the business based?
It's
mobile.
Yeah, it's mobile. We're running it from Ireland and to also.
That's a good thing. Yeah, I say. Because our main thing is to make sure that we uplift each other as well. We here to motivate and make sure that we even help wherever it's needed. Thank you guys for watching this podcast. It was actually an awesome one to watch to have Mr. Sibanda in our podcast. Don't forget, this podcast was brought to you. This episode was brought to you by Mavi Podcast in partnership with Mavi Clothing. Thank you, Mr. Sibanda. Till we have another episode with you, actually part 3 of this whole thing. We need you again in this right on the chain. Yeah. Tom, anything from you? You read this? Thank you guys at home. We love you. Go and get yourself our new brand, MOFFAT clothing. Batini Bona, it's our promotion. You can get it in your own language, Bona, even in Afrikaans. Oh, yeah. And either way, if in your language, what are they saying? In Venda, I don't know what is it, but we can give it to you in your own language. Even in Spedi, Tom is what? Barembona. So make sure that you get our brand, guys. MOFFAT clothing. Thank you, guys. This episode was in partnership with MOFFAT clothing. Check our socials, TikTok and Instagram. MOFFAT clothing. Thank you, guys. Peace out.